studioscratches.com.
Hey folks, today I'm going to teach you the tear scratch. You've seen me do this a little bit in some of the other combinations, but I wanted to go through it in more detail to give you a really strong foundation. A lot of the cuts that I'm going to be doing later on will use this, so it should open up what you're doing in terms of your scratching. So very basically, I'm just going to turn the beat off for a second. It's a faderless scratch, so you can start with the fader open. Use a long sample like R, and then you're basically pushing the record forward, and then when you bring it back you're cutting it into two parts, just using your hand. There's no crossfader involved in this. So the reverse sounds like this. So you can see I keep my arm straight when I pull the record back. I don't do it with my wrist like this, because that doesn't give as great a control. You literally push it forwards and then put it back in two strong movements. I find it helps when you're bringing the record back to slightly angle the pressure on your hand outwards. It just provides a little bit of resistance on the record. So at this point my hand is kind of pushing this way a little bit, and it just makes it a little bit easier to do. So that's doing a tear on the reverse. And this is really where record control comes in. A lot of the time, you know, scratch tutorials focus on the fader and how many clicks and where the clicks go, but really there's a lot to be said for getting your record control down, even with babies and other techniques. So just start slow as always, and then you can get faster and faster. Let's try that with a beat. So that's the first kind of tear you can do. The second kind is cutting the record into two on the way forwards. So instead of this, you do this. So it just sounds slightly different. And again, all the movement comes from your arm. Again, I'm kind of angling the pressure out this way and forwards. So again, let's turn up the beat and give that a go. Okay, the next thing you can do is two forwards and two back, which sounds like this. back with some music. And a lot of the kind of style to do with tears is how you do the timing. So you can just be very straightforward, or you can kind of funk it up a bit. You could even do a 3-part tear. So again, that's just stopping the record each time using your record hand. Or you could even do a 4-part tear. With the more tears you put in, the smaller the amount of space you can move the record. So it takes a bit more skill to do those ones. I have trouble with the 4, as you can tell. So that's kind of an overview of the tears. A lot of it is practice, as always. You'll kind of hear me say that over and over again, practice, practice. But it really is true. You're just building up the muscle memory in your hands and your arms. One of the things I think I'm going to show you in the future, once you practice those tears, is the fact that you can then combine it with things like flares. So I'm going to show you a 2-part flare, and on each bit of the flare I'm going to do, on each part of the tear I'm going to cut it in half with the flare. So it sounds like this. You can even do it with 2 clicks. Sounds like this. But I'll go over that in more detail, and I'll cover the twiddle technique as well, which is basically using 2 fingers to get really fast clicks. So thanks for watching. I'll see you next time, and as always, there's more beats and more instructional videos on the way. Leave your comments, tell me what you want me to cover next, and yeah, I'll see you soon. Take care. Bye.